So, Trump goes to Arlington Cemetery. This is him. Look at the fucking photo. This is him. Looks like he's getting a thumb up his ass. He doesn't have a real smile. The dude's a sociopath. The only two times you ever see pictures of him smiling is either in that photo when he's standing over dead soldiers or with taco bowls. Those are the only two times he's ever smiling. And even then, it's like a grimace. He's like in the movie Terminator 2 where the Terminator is trying to learn to smile. He's like... That's how he is when he's smiling. Pure fucking sociopath. Hello, everyone. My goodness, lots of folks. Sal Devil, Sussy Dessen, Got Mommy, P3 Drummer, Simon, Bruce, S2D3RD, Energizer, welcome. Oh, Nettie, how are you? Welcome. I got my afternoon margarita. Oh, and that's good. Ooh, that's good. Strawberry margarita. All I need is the pool and I'm in heaven. Day Loopy, welcome. So, for me, the big story of the week is Trump going to Arlington National Cemetery, which is supposed to be hallowed ground, a sacred area where we watch where we step and we don't take photo ops. But Trump being Trump, of course, does the exactly worst, terrible fucking thing. So for me, there's kind of three aspects to this story. One, the circumstances of what went down while he was there. Two, the media bias and how this is not a major story. It does look good, right? So let's start with everything that went down there. So he goes to Arlington National Cemetery, and the third part is the violence that comes up, but that'll be part of this here. So he goes to Arlington National Cemetery with the pure, explicit intention of getting a photo op. You know, just like the time that he had clearing the protesters, right? And he held the Bible. I fucking wish he had actually held it upside down. That would have been so fucking fitting. The Antichrist Manifest. So, goes to Arlington Cemetery, wants a photo op, which is absolutely a no. You don't fucking do that at Arlington, right? This is where the people who have fought and died for this country are laid to rest. And it is supposed to be, again, sacred, hallowed ground. You know, things that a vampire can't even set foot on. But Trump, somehow being both the undead and the worst terrible living creature alive, does it anyways. So this is where things get really weird because, obviously he's got camera crews following him. He's got his thug mafia staff following him. And the people at Arlington are saying, no, you can't do that. You're not allowed to take photos here. You're not allowed to take videos, pictures. It's against the law. It's against policy. So Trump and his staff of feral fucking warmongers just push through them, physically pushing, physically shoving them, getting their hands on them, and cursing at them, harassing them, berating them, verbally abusing them. You know, basic fucking Republican 101 shit that they learned at the school of assholery. So they're doing all this, and these poor staff members are doing their job, right? Their job is to protect this cemetery and the memories and the bodies of those that have died for this fucking country. And no respect. I mean, Jesus Christ, these people were like Rodney Dangerfield. Like, I get no respect. I get no respect. Look at this guy, even this Trump guy, I get no respect. And they got away with it. They got their photo op. They got him with these poor saps that he brought with him, who apparently are people that lost family members, I believe, in Iraq, if I remember reading right. And he gets his photo op, he gets his pictures, and these people that he's got with him, these poor fucking lemmings, are agreeing to all of it. They're towing the Republican MAGA line because it comes back to the whole like MAGA theme and centric universe of them, which is selfishness. They don't care that he can walk and piss on the graves of all these other soldiers that are there. They only care about what they want, which is a photo op with Trump. They only care about what gets them good in his graces, which is this moment. So they're going to defend him for this, which is absolutely despicable, because if Kamala Harris had done this, and this comes back to the second point of it, which I'll get further to in a minute, if Kamala had done this, these same people that were in the photo op with Trump would be losing their fucking mind. There is no goddamn consistency in the MAGA mind. None at all, because their mind is only focused on power. So they'll flip-flop on any issues, they'll flip-flop like a fucking pair of sandals. Now, the fallout has been that the people at Arlington have wanted to press charges for this. God, that's so good. Wow. It's been a long time since I've had a strawberry margarita. That is really good. So now it gets to really kind of the next core part of the MAGA mob movement, where this woman wanted to press charges. I guess she took it to the next level, the staffing or the people who could enforce the law here, to press charges on them, and she changed her mind and decided not to, explicitly, because she says she fears Trump reprisals. She fears that the MAGA mob will be unleashed on her, and she'll get these death threats. She'll have to move her out, just like what happened to the Sandy Hook family, right? With Alex Jones and Trump and his MAGA mob of terrorists. They had to flee their own fucking homes for telling the truth. That is what this lady feared. We are in a culture of political violence fueled by the right wing in America, and corporate media, fucking silent. They still don't kind of call this kind of shit out. I mean, you got this terrorist and pedophile supporter, Chaya Raichik, who runs the account Libs of TikTok, getting people, riling them up and saying a bunch of lies and bullshit about trans people to the point that they call in bomb threats to children's hospitals. I don't know how these people... You can't even ask them how they sleep at night. I want to ask them how they don't spontaneously combust and take a teleport down to hell. That's how evil these people are. And this is a theme, because there's all sorts of political violence. Yet again, another person from Virginia was arrested for making threats about killing Biden and Kamala. This is just this week, and I think it was either last week or the week before that, another person was arrested for the same fucking thing. And then I remember, I believe it was last year, or very early this year, someone was arrested for having an AR-15 and a shitload of rounds outside VP Harris's house. This is on and on and on and on. The MAGA mob committing to political violence, because that's one of the core tenets of fascism. They want to be able to scare us, to push us back and keep us away from taking action and doing the right thing. And as the saying goes, all it takes for evil people to win is for good people to do nothing. And unfortunately, that's what's happening with these folks in Arlington, where they're so scared, understandably so, that they're not going to be willing to press charges, which is a disgrace. And then, of course, with the Trump trials, you have the jurors not wanting to be public, because they also fear for their lives because of the Trump terrorism. Now, into the next point, which is, of course, about the media. Corporate media, if this had happened to Kamala Harris, if Joe Biden had gone there and done a photo op like this and stood on the graves of our dead soldiers, we would never fucking hear the end of it. It would just be Hillary's emails, day in, day out, fucking giant nothing burger. But you got the New York war crimes and the Washington Post failures, who will not make this an issue because they are in on it. They are in on this. They are all in on Trump. They want him to win. That's how corporate media operates, because they want the tax cuts in exchange for fascism. It'll be the worst fucking trade they have ever made. Because, sure, you'll get 1 year of a nice tax return, and guess what happens? Then you end up in the fucking gulags. That's how fascism works. But these fucking idiots at the New York war crimes and the Washington Post failures, they will make that trade because that's how fucking short-sighted they are. So they're all in on Trump. They're in on getting him to win. And the people at the top, they don't have to deal with that shit. Sure, they'll end up in the gulags in the end of it all. But, the fucking journalists, the line staff, the people that actually, work for a living, those folks are the ones that are going to get first into the camps. And what's most ironic is even the ones that are, like, somewhat favorable to Trump, like Ross Douthat and, what's his other name? Stephen Breyer? I don't think that's right. Stephen something, who always post a bunch of moronic op-eds favoring Trump. They're still going to end up there, because at some point they're going to play the inner contrarian card that all of them have, and they're going to want to say something negative about Trump should he win, and then they're right to the gulags. It's fucking ridiculous, and that is why corporate media is in on this. They will trade the tax breaks in this short-sighted attempt to enrich themselves, while the long run, you guys are fucked. So that's why we're not seeing this. And it's totally fucking unfair that a scandal of this magnitude is being suppressed by the media. It's being covered up. It's being not... And same thing with like Trump's superseding indictments. When Judge Luce Cannon down in Florida made up some absolute insane horseshit to dismiss the charges against Trump for basically selling our nuclear secrets to foreign enemies and leaving them unsecured. She dismissed those. Jack Smith went into Washington, filed a superseding indictment, got a brand new grand jury to look at the evidence, even taking into account this latest Supreme Court corrupt ruling that presidents are basically immune from anything. And the grand jury still found Trump should be charged with these crimes. So that's not a story. Did you guys hear anything about it? Probably not. But Hillary's emails, page 1. You look at the coverage, page 1, Hillary's emails for fucking weeks, months on end. Biden's age, his mental fitness. First story, page 1, weeks, months on end. But Trump literally pissing on the graves of American soldiers. Trump being a career criminal and finally being indicted and held account for it. Nothing. And Hillary's emails, Biden's age, these are fucking nothing burgers compared to what is happening here. G. Jimenez, Boudreaux, Totally Atrio, welcome. Hi, Totally Atrio, how are you? So, the third part of this is, of course, the MAGA violence. I was touching on this earlier. But with the MAGA violence that continues to happen, again, corporate media is silent on it. You know, and then remember when the guy who shot Trump, it was a big fucking story. Huge fucking story. Story for 2 or 3 days. And then they found out it was a Republican. And you can see the drop in coverage from corporate media. They didn't care at that point. They were hoping, oh man, they had their fingers crossed. They had their fucking toes crossed that this motherfucker was some like liberal Antifa lunatic. But he wasn't. And so immediately corporate media is not interested. You have to understand that we are far past the days of Watergate, where the media was there to report the facts and expose corruption. We are far past the days of the Boston Globe, exposing the priest pedophile scandal and being covered up by the police as well as the Catholic Church. We are far removed from those days where reporters actually did their jobs. Now, we're at this phase where media is these giant conglomerates, these massive corporations run by billionaires and millionaires. Again, Jeff Bezos, he owns the Washington Post. Elon Musk runs Twitter. Mark Zuckerberg, he is in charge of Meta. And all of these giant... Don't give me this bullshit about Meta and Twitter not being media companies. Both of them have made very fucking clear they have engineered the algorithm to favor certain news over others. It's very fucking clear. They're a news company and they should be sued into fucking oblivion. So, the MAGA violence is not being reported. It's not being covered as part of a larger scandal. Traditional times, back during, the Obama-McCain or Clinton... Bush, if something like this had happened with, a violent mob claiming allegiance to one person, had, called in bomb threats to schools or shown up or tried to run, remember when they ran Biden's bus off the road or tried to? Something like that had happened. It would have ended the career as well as the campaign of that opposing candidate if they did not disown that act. But now... this is where we are, where corporate media is silent on it because they will not make it an issue. I'm really inspired by like John Oliver when he has his shows. Kind of at the end, he's always like, so what can we do here? What can we do? What is the solution? I wish I had one. And I honestly wish that I could say that voting for Kamala Harris would resolve a lot of this. It would fix a lot of this, but the fact is that a vote for Kamala Harris is also a vote for genocide. I have really fucking struggled with that. But at the end of the day, it's a binary choice. The genocide will get worse under Trump, and potentially, talking about Gaza, of course, potentially under Harris, there is a chance that she can be moved. There is a chance that we can continue to take direct action to stop her. But the pros and cons are just too... There are way more cons of letting Trump win again. And again, voting for Harris won't solve all this, but it's about as close to a tiny first step as we can hope for. All right, what did I see in the chat here? This MAGA shit is getting old. He needs to get out of the race before he ruins millions of Americans' lives and health. It is getting old. Unfortunately, I think we're actually kind of seeing that. At least, maybe it's just vibes. But it does really feel like you look at the state of the campaign, you look at the polling, you look at, Trump's rallies, and it really does feel like people are tired of his bullshit. It's just obnoxious, the same old story, just like with my dad, he tells the same stories, the same gripes, the same grievances, day in, day out, nothing fucking new, and you just get tired of it. It really feels like there is a bit of a shift lately, so I'm hoping that that's the case and it stays that way. Okay, who did I miss? Damn it, it does this. It won't let me see who's in the chat. I don't know why. Some days I can, and then some days I can't. I don't know. Do you like to see my thumb? Do you like to see my finger? Okay, so I apologize. I can't see who's in the chat. This is really obnoxious. Some live streams I can, some I can't. So whoever is still here, I love to do a Q&A portion near the end of the my live stream. So please, ask away. Ask questions. What are your opinions on a possible World War III? Oh, yeah. Let's go to the darkest recesses of my mind and let's find out what I have to say about horrible shit happening. Let's start with it's fucking possible. How about that, right? World War III is very fucking possible. The scariest fucking thing is it's possible literally at any moment. Sure, things seem stable now, but the fact is there are so many fucking countries with nuclear bombs that if just one of them, even accidentally, goes off, that could trigger Armageddon, because one of them goes off, all these other countries with nukes are thinking, oh shit, we're under attack, it was a failure, we're under attack. So then they're going to launch their nukes. Any fucking moment, you're breathing, you're taking a deep breath, and then the next, you're nothing but fucking ash. So, hey, by the way, this helps with thoughts of World War III. Yeah, this is very fucking helpful. So, Atriel, to answer your question, it's very fucking possible, it's very scary, and it's all the more reason that, we should be working towards world peace. Oh, that was mostly tequila. Okay, who else? Liquor does help. Yes, it does. God, I really wish I could see. I want to say I'm doing something wrong in trying to see, like it used to be. So there's a counter, right? I can see there's people in the live stream here. I used to be able to click on that and it would pull up and I could see who's still in the chat. But it doesn't do that now. It was so fucking simple. Oops! Oh God, I did something. It was simple. It was so simple, and now I can't do it. It's so stupid. Fucking Zuckerberg. Oh wait, do you guys want to see? Hang on. What's going on? What is it? Are we talking about like politics and stuff? Can I do? Let's do Butthead now. Oh, tap to change. I think he was saying something about bombs and stuff. Yeah. Fire! Okay. All right, I'll take another couple sips, but please ask away. Who's it? Atriel, I know you're still here, but there's two ghosts. Fucking, I wish this thing would work. There are two people in the chat, and I can't fucking see them. They're not talking, and I want to know who they are so I can call you out.
I will call you out. I will call you out. And you can see my boogers in my nose. And I will fog up the screen.
I hope that didn't actually fog it up. Okay, good. Is it true that Trump is trying to take away health insurance? Well, yeah, of course it is. Oh, Nettie, there you are. Nettie, if you want to join in, ask away. Ask any questions. Is it true that Trump is trying to take away health insurance? Yes, it is. So if you remember, I guess this was back in 2017, if I remember right, they were trying to repeal Obamacare. And repealing Obamacare would have, conservatively taken about 20 million people. SC Vocal, welcome. Oh, you're driving? Okay. So repealing Obamacare would have kicked about 20 million people off of insurance, off of health insurance. Myself at the time, I think. I can't remember where my insurance plan was at that time. But it would have talked about Project 2025. Okay, good. I'll get to that next. Okay, so health insurance. Yes, it is absolutely true that he is trying to kick people off health insurance, because if he repeals Obamacare, that's going to kick people off health insurance. Because remember, Trump is a fascist, so the more that he can oppress people, the more that he can kick people down, the working class like you and I, not like him, he's never worked a day in his life, but the working class, the people who actually build this country, who run this country, who keep it going, the more he can oppress us, the more that we are fighting for table scraps, the more that we are fighting to survive, the less time we have to be involved in politics, right? So you take away our health insurance, what are you going to be worrying about? You're going to be worrying about, well, shit, I don't want to break anything. I can't afford a doctor. I don't want to get sick. I can't afford a doctor. I got to work more. I got to work more so I can pay for my health insurance premiums, right? That's what they want. So absolutely it benefits it. And yes, he is trying to take away his health insurance. He has said, our health insurance, he has said multiple times, Mozgamojab, welcome. He has said multiple times that he wants to repeal Obamacare, and that is absolutely something he will do. So, Nettie, you were asking about Project 2025. Project 2025 is fucking terrifying. Project 2025 is this fascistic vision from the right wing of America. The Republican Crime Party's goal is to reshape the government entirely in fealty to Trump that will cater to the wealthy business elites and turn us into a totalitarian oligarchy and oppress the people like us. So that, of course, includes taking away basic rights, like a woman's choice to have the freedom over her body. And then, of course, it wants to oppress and divide us, so it will have things like, segregation will be coming back. You won't be able to marry people of different races, religions, things of that nature. And what they want to do is they want to install loyalists, so people who will overturn the rule of law. Their loyalty is not to the country and to our Constitution. Their loyalty is to Trump. So, for example, First Amendment says, freedom of the press, expression, religion, right to assemble, et cetera, et cetera. So Trump, I just went full Obama there. Freedom of religion, of the press, and, the right to assemble. So Trump comes in one day and he says, these people are out in the streets, they're in the streets, they're making fun of me, they're calling me an orange turd, they're saying that my hair looks like something that would crawl off at any moment and try to save itself if I were sinking on the Titanic. I don't like that. I don't like that. We are no longer allowing speech about me that's negative. Okay. Only if it's good. Only positive. Positive things are good for Trump. Negative, bad. Not having, no negative. So then, the loyalists, rather than favoring the Constitution, which clearly says we have a right to criticize him, we have a right to call him out, these loyalists say, okay, James, you made a joke about Trump's hair, we're taking you to jail. And I say, well, fuck you, I have a right to say that. And then not only do those arresting people say, no, you don't have a right, then the judges that they have installed, right, the prosecutors that they have installed, the appeal judges that they have installed, all are around this idea that, no, you as an individual have no rights. Trump is the arbiter of everything. I'm actually reading 1984. It's kind of this totalitarian hellscape future, and it talks a lot about stuff like that. So when it comes to the thought police and everything, so that's the gist of what Project 2025 is. And yes, you were saying Handmaid's Tale. Absolutely, women are going to be oppressed. You'll be expected to be barefoot, pregnant in the kitchen and nowhere else. You won't be allowed. I mean, this is the Taliban shit. It really is. Like, you look what's happening in Afghanistan all over again. The Taliban closed women's schools. And, you know, at the time they were saying, oh, it's temporary, we're going to open it up. Bullshit. It never was temporary. They were planning this. And that way they can keep women uneducated, dumb, and away from achieving their goals. And that is what Project 2025 would do. Making the middle class poor seems to be his plan. Well, he's made his entire career out of that. He's screwed over his contractors. He's screwed over everyone that he's ever come in contact with. Is Trump anti-Semitic? Because that's all I need to be. God, I need my glasses. Is Trump anti-Semitic? Because that's all I need to completely hate him with every bone. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, haven't you, Atriel? You're a smart guy. You've been following this. You've seen that, right? I mean, the only Jewish folks he likes are the ones that vote for him, and then the ones that don't vote for him, he falls right into anti-Semitic tropes, saying, oh, these Democratic Jews, they're not loyal. Okay, they're not loyal to me. Okay, so disloyal. They're probably loyal to the Democrats, but not to me. He does that, and then he was, of course, famously, attributed. He said that he wouldn't let Jews count his money. Or no, I'm sorry. He said he wouldn't let black people count his money. He would only let Jews count his money because they're good with money. You know. But also, let's not forget, he dines with fucking Nazis. Like, literally. Every fucking time when he was in the White House, he had people come over. They were actual Nazis. They were Holocaust deniers. They were, pure race sympathizers, all this other shit. So yeah, he is anti-Semitic. I need to hear you say that. Kanye. Yeah, Kanye's a fucking anti-Semite as well. Kanye has said that he's admired Hitler. I mean, I'm sorry, but if that's not proof enough that you're an anti-Semite, then I don't know what to tell you. He needs to get lost. Yeah, he does. Kanye, Jesus. Brilliant artist, but what a goddamn fuck nugget, you know? All right, so I need to finish this margarita, and it is a double, so I'm about to start slurring my words. Thank you all for joining. Please make sure to check my page. I'm posting 6 times a week now. I'm seeing if that changes the algorithm. So the problem is that Mark Zuckerberg is still suppressing me. He's still got me shadow banned. So please, if you have a moment, if you're on Instagram, you're scrolling, check my page, just see if there's something new. I have a new post today. If you haven't seen it, please go leave a like, leave a comment. Atriel, you as well. I know you're very active on here, so please, any support is really, really great because Zuckerberg is really, really screwing me over. So you might just have to, honestly, you'll just have to search my name and pull up my thing, because otherwise I'm not going to pull up if you're just scrolling. You're going to have to actually search my name and click on my page and then go to the post and like it. So please, I reciprocate as well. Like my post, like my comment. I will do the same for you. I'll always reply. And I really appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks so much.